Hello everyone, welcome to this update video for 2019. Happy New Year, even though we've already gone a month. I love being late like this. I felt that there was enough to talk about that an update video was warranted. We can talk about 2018 and what I'm thinking about with 2019 and the few videos I actually were able to put up in January. So, 2018 had not a lot happening, but it was a good starting point for what this year is kind of going to be. Because 2018, in terms of this channel, was just finishing up Black Dahlia, and then getting into Neopets, which then absorbed the rest of the year in terms of main game playthroughs. But sprinkled throughout 2018 were also different videos that I was starting to actually do. For instance, there was my entire 2017 list of a whole bunch of different videos, as well as more long-form videos, like my Assassin's Creed video, Risen video, and then ultimately in January 2019 was my big video on Prototype 2, which I will say is my fastest growing video ever. So if you watched that video, thank you very much. There was a lot of work that went into doing that super long video, so let's talk about that for a little bit. The main reason why I kind of wanted to do that video in the first place was I wanted to do something for Prototype 2, but I knew that it wasn't going to be the same as when I did my full playthrough of Prototype years ago, because that would be too many videos and I don't have that much time in order to orchestrate all of that again. Plus I didn't want to do it, and then when I decided to play through it again in order to get some footage and then inspire myself, I was inspired to make this video. So, again, thank you for watching it. There was a lot of work that went into it. I started it in July and then trucked through it and was able to work on it when I can throughout the rest of the year, and then I wanted to get it out in December. Didn't happen, and then I got it out in January, but it was okay. I did find some really good conversation about the video when it came down to actual criticism that I could use, which was super helpful. Had to go on Reddit. There was an entire Reddit thread, small Reddit thread that was actually made for the video that pretty much parroted some obvious things, and it really had to do with my wording. One of the biggest criticisms that I had was for just the beginning introduction of the video, and that it was too long in order to actually get into what I was going to actually start talking about, which is warranted. Sometimes I do wallow around in terms of what I'm going to say, and eventually I'm going to talk into it. Something I'm still learning how to do. So that is definitely something I can work with. The other real criticism that I had was that it was over an hour long, and it was just too long for some people, which is understandable. A lot of people don't really have an hour to just sit down and watch a video. Okay. When it comes to the length, I'm happy it was actually at an hour, because originally when I was writing the script and did all of the voiceover for it, the video was originally going to be an hour and a half long, because there were other topics that I was bringing up in the video that ultimately I had to scrap because they were way out there and were not really connected to what I was trying to get across in my points. Mainly the pre-production of the game, the marketing of the game, talking about Radical Entertainment's history as a result. Bringing up the fact that they made Crash Bandicoot games does not do anything for the video, so I scrapped that. So there was a lot of stuff that didn't make it in, and those were warranted. And for the rest of it, I really couldn't convince myself otherwise that it was not helpful. A lot of them were just talking about characters. I guess I could have scrapped maybe like one or two, but I really felt compelled to actually get my points across. I will say this about future videos, because I like making them, and I want to continue making them, and there's going to be another one in the near future. Hopefully by the end of February it'll be out, because it's also really short. Prototype 2's video length is probably going to be like a one-off thing. There was just a lot of material that I could bring out in Prototype 2, which other games that I feel like I want to talk about don't have as much material that I can actually give for it. I'm currently going through audio editing for my next video, and it's probably going to be between 12 and 15 minutes. So a quarter of the length. So that should be good and better So there's the two big things that I'm really working on, is just working on the introduction and reworking my writing ability, and then also making sure that the length is palatable for viewers. So again, thank you. I did have to go scrounging for it, but thank you for being able to put that out. So other than that, there is the Neopets playthrough, which has kind of ground to a screeching halt, unfortunately. I was able to finish Act 3 at least before the holidays, but then everything just kind of snowballed. January has been an awful month of just me being dragged around by people that I am employed by, and it's just not been a fun experience at all. And I really hope that 2019 is not gonna be this entire year of how I've been feeling in January. Because other than the Prototype 2 video, I put out the 2018 games video, which was a lot more succinct than my 2017 list was, which I definitely like. It was a lot easier to make than last year's list, being 3 parts long and being huge. If I get on my own case, I could probably, if I play a lot of stuff and have a lot to talk about, I could probably put out a 2019 list like halfway through the year and just reduce my workload, but that's about it there. When it comes to Neopets, the bonus video is currently still being worked on. I put up like a teaser image on my Facebook and Twitter a long time ago, and I was expecting to have that video done a while ago, and it's looking to be almost there. Maybe instead of mid-January, maybe mid-February. Let's try that, at least. And then after that, I'm gonna just jump into Act 4, and when it comes to how I feel and going into this year, there's been a huge divide in how I've been making videos previously versus how I would like to make videos now. Making the Prototype 2 video and the other short game videos that I made throughout 2018 have been really fun to make. And all of them have their own kind of specific style to them. The Assassin's Creed 1 video was a lot more rambly and also unscripted. So shout out to the one person who mentioned in the Reddit thread that they liked my Assassin's Creed 1 video. You're probably the only one who actually did. Other than there's, I think, more than one like on that video. But yeah, glad you liked it. The Super Mario 3D World video was a more review kind of style. The Risen video was more of a story time kind of video, because that game just decided to go completely bonkers on me, and that was a fun ride. And then ultimately the Prototype 2 video was a video essay style. So I'm not sure what kind of style I want to actually go for, because the next video is going to be more of a review. But when I'm thinking about Act 4 and how I want to do it, in terms of continuity and just making it all one nice little package, Act 4 is going to continue the way that the rest of the game kind of did. I do want to make it a little bit more compact, in that I don't want it to take a huge amount of time. My goal for Neopets is to be able to finish it by April, because one thing that I did not expect for Neopets to take is this long in order to finish. I realized it was a big game, but I'm looking back at all the videos and how I organized it all, and I feel like there was a lot of wasted time in what I was showing, and there's some things I already immediately don't like about it when it comes to my pacing. So that is something I'm really working on. One of the huge compliments I can give is to everybody in the comment sections who are adding their own additional commentary and information from their own experience or other sources, or from the Neopets website, because I really haven't been talking about the Neopets website a whole lot in that series, so thank you so much. The speedrunning comments that happened really early on in the series, thank you. They're in the bonus video. I'll talk a little bit about speedrunning, because it is a trip because of what you're able to do with that. After Neopets is done, I need to make a few changes before I make my next series. I already know what it's going to be, and I want to make sure that it is done well. The only thing I'll really say about it is that it's a game that doesn't have a whole lot of videos on YouTube for, and was requested to me a long time ago, back when I actually got requests. But I'm glad it was brought to my attention, because it actually is a really cool game, and I found a lot of secondary material that opens my eyes to what they were trying to do with the game, so I'm wanting to combine those two in a way that makes it for an interesting experience to watch. So look forward to that sometime later down the line this year. I'm going to try and make sure that it actually is over and finished within 2019. That is my goal. It's not a long game, so I should be able to do that, but there is going to be a lot of like supplementary videos. Probably I'm going to be doing 2 playthroughs of it side by side, something like that. Still working on it. And then going forward after that, whenever I find a game that I'm currently playing that I want to do a long form video on, I will try to do that to the best of my ability, because really my inspiration for doing it is, do I have enough material in order to make a video about it? If I do, then I will try and make it its own video. If I don't, I will stick it in my 2019 list. And let's see if I'm actually able to play anything new in 2019. Maybe. I'm not sure. Probably won't happen, but it's always good to have goals. And then after that game is done, I want to be able to do Star Ocean, the second story. I think that's the next game that I actually want to do. But it's also an RPG, so I'm trying to figure out how to pace it well so that we're not having like 30-minute videos going through a single area. That kind of thing. There's a lot that is able to be shown off in second story, and I want to do my best to show off most of it. So we'll try there. Other than that, that is pretty much my 2019 for this channel in a nutshell. So thank you all for watching. Check out the game that's we're actually playing over top of all this commentary here, Yoku's Island Express. It is really fun and super relaxing that I'm playing here. If you like pinball mixed with Metroid, it's great. Until my next video comes out, hopefully I'll see you around. Thank you for sticking around and being here. Take care. See you next time, everyone.